the will to win isn't always enough. As Sheffield Wednesday discovered on that fateful day against Forest, it can so easily turn to despair. Fighting for their First Division lives, the nightmare was becoming reality. Desperation was etched on the faces of the players, the manager, and the fans. Deserted by good fortune, even the law of averages, that will to win was being put to the sternest test. They were losing 3-0. Luton Town, their rivals in this final day relegation dogfight, were winning 3-2 away at Derby County. It was a painful end to a season that had promised so much. For many inside Hillsborough that day, the agony of defeat and relegation was too much to bear. For Ron Atkinson, a bitter blow. But even in this darkest hour, there were definite signs that his will to win had not been extinguished.
In a nutshell, the worst I've ever felt in the game. Because it came, I've got to be honest, it came as a complete shock. I think it did to everybody. I think that's what made it worse. We felt that we'd turned the corner. I mean, at the start of the year, I said, I've gone on record as saying, we weren't even good enough to be bottom. But after a while, into November and December, we started to produce some of the best football in the First Division. And a lot of people were kind enough to say that. And we put results with that. Now, why we went down, why we had that spell at the end of the season, heaven only knows, because our form rate didn't dip. I mean, that would have been, it may have been to our advantage if it had have done. And then we'd have just said, all right, we've got to play scramble football now. I never felt we had to. I felt we were playing well enough that we would automatically get enough good results. And, to be fair, our points total any other year would have kept us up easily.
Luton had pulled off the great escape. Wednesday, with the same 43 points from 38 games, were on their way down to Division 2. With a place in the record books, no consolation.
In the last few months, we'd worked hard. We knew that it was a borderline case. We thought we were going to get out by playing well and doing all the things right. We did it right. We'll go down in history because no one's ever been relegated with that number of points.
Before Hillsborough really had time to come to terms with its new status, the Swindon scandal provided a glimmer of hope for First Division survival. With Swindon denied promotion after winning the playoff final, the Owls clung to the lifeline and presented a powerful case for taking their place. It was not to be. Hopes had been raised, only to be cruelly dashed.
Having decided not to promote Swindon, I would have felt that the logical conclusion would have been to keep ourselves in, or at the worst promote Newcastle, who were third in the First Division. It was beyond me at the time how a team that had finished sixth in the division and hadn't even won the playoffs could still be deemed good enough to go up. In effect, they finished 9 places below us.